very happy to have you. And it looks very sunny in. Sorry. And are you on a rooftop?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. I wanted to show you a little bit of our city.
Ah, which city is
welcome
this?
To visit.
Which city is this?
St. Petersburg.
Ah, St. Petersburg. Yeah, well, it's
St. Petersburg. Yeah.
The Venus of the North.
And
yeah.
the most beautiful city in Russia. So welcome to visit.
Yeah. Well, it looks very nice, and thank you for being with us today. Let's talk a little bit about your short film, which is we were very happy to have it. It's very nice. It's a very nice comedy, romantic comedy, and it's also it shows very interesting and very funny facets of the job of a taxi driver in Russia. Was the taxi driver in St. Petersburg? I think it was in St. Petersburg, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, right. First of all, thank you for choosing my film to the festival, and thank you for this interview. And yeah, that's 100% correct that everything happens during one night in St. Petersburg. And the name of my film is PITER Love, and PITER is another name, like nickname of St. Petersburg, actually.
I understand. Yeah, so it's like we would say, love in New York, love in St. Petersburg. You know, and it's you link in a place with the happening, a love happening between the two characters. So it's very interesting. It's always very nice to do that because we get to know the city and we get to know these two characters, and at the end the city, it becomes the place where the love happens.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I was a little kind of inspired by the film of Jim Jarmusch, The Night on the Earth. So I wanted to create a story that happens during nighttime in St. Petersburg. So he made a story about Rome, about New York, Helsinki in Finland, and Paris, and I made it in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, well, that's great. And tell me, when did you have this idea of this film, and how did it turn to be the film that we saw? I mean, what's the process you went through to, you know, from not having the idea to having the idea and then to making the film?
How did I get an idea? That's a good question. Actually, I have a lot of ideas. Unfortunately, not so many possibilities to make the films out of them, out of all of them. But this particular film, I started to work on it 3 years ago already, and it is my graduation film. So I was a student in a film school here in St. Petersburg at Institute of Film and TV. So this is the first and the only film so far. And the idea was, so I used to be a journalist for music, and I have a lot of friends from music business, a lot of musicians. So this is why I chose the main character to be a musician. And all the rest, I don't know, ideas are in the air. You just have to grab them, one of them.
Yeah, you just need to reach out and then grab the ideas. You know, they're flying around us.
Yeah, yeah, there is a little challenge, like to grab it first and to make something with it. If not you, then someone else.
So that's great. It's your first film, and yet you've done a very nice film that will probably be very well welcomed in festivals, and I think it's a nice way to start a career. You're freshly graduated professional or director. Have you just graduated not long ago? Okay, so that's nice. Which school did you go to? Which school?
The name of the school is St. Petersburg St. Petersburg State Institute of Film and TV.
Okay.
This is the name of the school, and I really wish to make a full-length film out of this short one, so I'm looking for opportunities.
Okay, so the idea is you made this film with the idea to attract producers and make a feature film out of it.
Yeah, this is my dream. This is my hope, but I knew that it might work out, might not work out, and still it was the first film, so I put in it almost everything I wanted to tell at this moment, in case there will not be chance to make a big film.
So you spoiled the feature film already, haven't you?
No, not exactly. I have a bigger, very interesting and intriguing idea. So I still have something to tell, a story to be told.
Okay. Okay. Well, go for it.
But with the same characters.
The feature could be also very nice. We already have a very nice idea, taste of what the feature can be, and it's really interesting to work things the way you wrote this film. It's a lot of things are happening. We have the lonely situation of the character. We have the difficult situation of the female character. We have all these crazy people who get into the taxi and out, and it's always we almost we would like to follow them more. You know, they seem to be so interesting, those guys, and I understand why you're talking about a feature, because these characters are so interesting that we would want to see them more of what they do, you know, and it's nice to maybe do show more of them, and obviously the idea in doing it in one night and packing this night with it reminds me of that movie very famous in the 80s. It happened in one night, you know, one party night. God, the name I can't remember the name. I'm bad at names, but you know, it's a type of genre that can be very interesting. You know, to focus on one night, and then it's very nice to do something with that constraint. Yeah.
Yeah, one night can change the whole life, actually. But thank you for this supporting words. I have to record them and show to producers.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
And yeah, that's right. That I showed all characters who are going to participate. The full story. There will be actually 2 stories about 2 couples. You can predict it from the short one, but I cannot tell you what will happen exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will spoil the future.
Yeah, that's normal. So the idea now that you have done this first film is, and that you are, I'd like you to talk more about comedy. You've chosen this romantic comedy genre that has humor in it, and has what do you think about comedy as an expression, a cinematic expression? Are you something that you like to use, or do you use it specifically in this film? Or can you tell me why would you make comedy choices if you were to make any other film?
Well, I do love romantic stories, and I do love comedies, and I do love European style comedies, like Italian and French comedies mainly, which we would call in Russia kind of lyric comedy. It's not when it's hilarious any other second, like American style, but something more what you think about later. Yeah, I didn't want to make a drama. Therefore, I chose comedy and romantic story and mixed it. And a little bit of fantasy, because there is this hero who represents either magic or destiny, something that helps people. I do believe it, that destiny or the life can give you everything you want, or at least to give you the chance. And then it's up to you, either grab it and try or not. There is always a little chance that maybe this is not your chance. Maybe destiny was wrong, you know, mixed with someone else. But you never know till you try.
Yeah, yeah, you have to try to really know. But it's nice that you because we are a comedy festival, and we try to bring in comedies very different, very diversified. And in your case, the case of your film, the comedy was subtle. It was more of humor, you know, a humor of you know, these situations that that will make us smile. Yet it gives a nice feeling to the whole story, you know. And then it allows for empathy for the character, and at the same time it allows for us to laugh at a bit at the, you know, the character, or even the other characters, because they're funny also, you know. But that's very good. Yeah, well, bravo for.
Thank you. I'm always happy. I'm always happy when I hear the audience laughing, especially if the audience is laughing at that particular moment when I wanted them to laugh, not in any others.
Well, we try, but we don't always succeed in making people laugh at the time we think they would laugh, because some of it is we do it and we're not, you know, some of the things we are not conscious of, and it could be also very funny. We could write, sometimes we don't think it's funny situation, but people have different sense of comedy, and in many films we see people, different people laugh in different moments, you know, depending on the.
Sometimes you think it's a really serious moment, but then you look around and you see that everyone is laughing at you.
So you think you're missing something, huh? But yeah, but then, you know, as long as they laugh, it's good.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Actually, there are some jokes that unfortunately you miss for sure, because they are from cultural background, or not just Russian, but local, like St. Petersburg and Moscow. And there are a couple of jokes from, I took quotations from very famous rock songs, which are famous in Russia, and probably only Russians can understand it. But I did my best to make the film understandable for the whole audience in all over the world. So it's a little bit of local humor, and most
Yeah.
Of it is this common situations for anywhere.
Yeah, well, and it is one of the problems of comedy. Comedy needs to be rooted, many cases, in local culture, because your audience has references that make them laugh, and it's normal that you use them when you target a specific audience. And but at the same time, today filmmakers are keen to reach the world audience. We all want to reach as many people as we can with our film. So at that point, there is a trade-off. When do you settle for maybe just situation comedy that could be understood across the universe, or sometimes when you have to use the opportunity of very culturally based line, because it's very important to have this message to the specific audience you're targeting. Yeah, and it's a trade-off, but then one has to do it.
Yeah, I could agree that when you specify on special topic and work for a certain audience, you can succeed better and create better things than when you work for 100% of people on this planet. So I guess this is probably my way to be a little art house movie director. So to not work for everyone, but for a specific group. But it's good. It's okay. Like, I love European comedies. Not everyone loves it, but probably the audience who prefer this kind of comedies would love also my films.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right. You have to be to feel whatever work you're doing it for an audience, and also to be able to express yourself. Whatever the audience is, you want to be able to say something and not the other. And sometimes it's your right and it's your freedom to say it just like you want to say them. And it's I think this is something that is very important to any artist.
Yes, sure. For me, it's important to say what I want to say and also to be heard. It's like I want the audience to watch the movie. If no one watched this, I wouldn't be satisfied.
It's normal. I think a lot of people will watch it and will be very happy to see your movie. It's very fresh, nice romantic comedy that coming from St. Petersburg, which is a place we don't see too much in movies. So I'm glad you've chosen it, because it's a beautiful city that needs to be highlighted as much as possible, and we're happy to have your film. Thank you so much, Katya, for being with us. We hope to see you.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome, and we hope you'll be joining us for the closing ceremony. We'll send you a link for that, and we'll send you also a link to have access to the film platform, so that you can watch the films, and you have an idea of the competition you're facing in this festival. But it's always interesting to see what the others have to offer. And the best luck to you. Hopefully you'll do another comedy, maybe a feature comedy, and make sure to submit to Rabat Festival, because we like Russian comedies, and hopefully next time you'll come to Rabat, so that you'll get to know also our country and our capital. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice meeting you, and have a very good day.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you for support. Thank you for warm words. And let's meet later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.